So welcome back to the channel. In this video, an update for Ethereum, DeFi, GMX, Dopex, and Manifold Finance. So going to go through some of the updates here for these various protocols, starting with Ethereum with the post-merge world that we now live in. This is ultrasound.money. Just checking out some of the issuance, some of the decreases in issuance, and some of the burn that has gone on. Yesterday or the day before, once we did actually merge, it was deflationary for quite a bit of time here, but we are now inflationary once again. What does this all mean? Well, essentially we have a bit of a switch up in the amount of issued Ethereum. Proof of work was issuing quite a lot of ETH, and on the proof of stake there is less issuance, and it is shared between a whole different host of participants, the stakers. Essentially on this website you can see quite a few cool metrics here. The first one being this, so the supply change since the merge. So there have been an additional 1,000 Ethereum since the merge date, back here on September the 15th. So September 15th is now the 17th, and there's only been an additional 1,000 Ethereum actually hit the total supply. But if you simulate proof of work, we can see what it used to be. So if we were still in proof of work, we'd have actually emitted 27,000 Ethereum. So a difference of 26,000 is going to make a difference in a bull market. During a bearish phase, I don't think it's going to be significant enough to really make some big changes in the overall price of ETH, maybe just a few bucks. But in a bull market, when the demand for block space goes up, of course, there will be, we have the fireworks, we have the Kindle in here for some real big moves in ETH during a full-blown bull mania phase here. So very interesting stuff. If we just go down to this one, if you click on all here and then simulate proof of work. So currently under proof of work, if we were still in the proof of work, supply growth would be around 2% per year, but this is projecting that supply will actually decrease and it will be minus 1.43% per annum if things were to stay the same as we have tracked thus far over these opening 2 days. Can't really read too much into this as of yet, but we do know issuance is down. There is less ETH hitting the open market, which is going to be overall a good thing for the long-term trajectory of this cryptocurrency. And when we do have more bullish times, it will become deflationary. Whether it can sustain deflation day over day over day, that is another thing. That's another question that can be answered down the line again. Arthur Hayes was super bullish going into the merge. 5 ducking digits was the article he released. A little bit of egg on face right now, as I'm sure the $1,400 price point that we're currently at is probably not as high as he would like. But he says the only chart that matters post-merge is the drop in ETH issuance. And he says, I will show you a bull market for every day there is a drop in that issuance. So he's still optimistic and very bullish around this. So that is the state of things with ETH right now, currently around $1,400. Now we get into some DeFi news here. So we have the partnership, quite a nice symbiotic partnership here for 2 of the big Arbitrum protocols here on Ethereum, GMX and Dopex. Dopex, this is a child of Tetranodes, Tetranode being one of the biggest DeFi whales and a probably billionaire by now. And this guy is one of the creators here of Dopex and kind of oversees things with it. It is currently just a $56 million market cap, and it is decentralized options exchange. So calls, puts, being able to hedge your positions on-chain, no KYC, as DeFi should be. And then we have a partnership here with GMX, the one you can't get away from. It has been trading on CoinGecko for what seems like an eternity. Now $350 million market cap. I think it was like 500 mil more recently. GMX is a decentralized perpetual exchange. Perpetual swaps, go long, go short. You don't buy spot, you buy a perp contract, and you can leverage up to a tune of 30x currently on GMX here. So again, it's DeFi, no KYC required. Over time, with the things that we've seen recently like Tornado Cash, it is going to push more and more users to use DeFi protocols and probably stay clear of centralized entities. So big growth opportunity here for both GMX and Dopex here. But what is this symbiotic partnership? Well, essentially, as the thread creator puts here, reading this thread will make you want to SHIT your pants. Anyway, so he says, look, calls and puts form the basis for option strategies designed for helping or income or composability or speculation. The problem figures in its complexity, but Atlantic Options, which is one of the products from Dopex here, is just pretty much a one-click solution that bundles together an options contract for just simpletons like maybe me and you to actually get involved with. So they're trying to open up the options world to just average retail investors. And this can be quite off-putting if you're new to DeFi or finance in general. You may be thinking, what the heck is a call and what is a put? But these guys over at Dopex are trying to simplify all these things. So essentially a one-click solution. But within this, the new product offering here is essentially perp liquidation insurance. So even though you could be leveraged up on GMX, they're going to implement some of the Dopex features to allow you to have, say, your put in place to hedge your position. So let's just go into what the heck this means. OX Saitama says, here's why I believe GMX implementation here will be groundbreaking and why I believe Dopex will render liquidations an instrument of the past. Let's put ourselves in the shoes of a user. So he says this scenario. So Ethereum's $1,000, and due to the macro environment, you think it's going to drop to $900 by the end of the month. So you can purchase these puts with a strike price of $900, as that is your intended price, or the price you think it's going to be by the end of the month. So you buy 10 of these puts at a $900 strike price, and you just set those aside for now. So essentially, that is where you think the market's going to go. That is your bet. A few days pass, but the merge is now coming around, and you think it's going to be short-term a bullish catalyst. So what you can do now at this point is go to GMX, a perpetual swap that allows you to leverage trade and deposit 1 ETH at 10x leverage, i.e. the power of 10 Ethereum, and you'd be liquidated at the price of $900. Because if the price moves 10% away from your $1,000, i.e. down to $900, on 10x leverage, you get liquidated. But you can also now deposit the 10 Atlantic puts you purchased earlier from Dopex directly in the GMX protocol. UI design still not discussed within this. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to implement this, but this is the kind of match made in heaven, the synergy between these two protocols to get you in that position there where effectively a user is now liquidation free. So this means you properly hedged your position all on chain within this one protocol. So as he says, you can see what just happened. The user can now sleep worry-free, knowing his 10x levered position will stay open until he decides to close it or until the option expiry. The cost for doing this, roughly 15 to 35% APY, so quite a low funding fee for, that kind of peace of mind. And they're also bringing out a product as well to actually be able to sell your options to a pool after you're done with them as well. So some of the costs involved with that will be negated. So this is quite a groundbreaking thing in DeFi, and he's even speculating here that they can maybe allow for 100x leverage on GMX in the future. People do not learn with leverage, a very dangerous tool there. But essentially, TLDR, this is a brand new product offering. Essentially, as they call it, perp liquidation insurance will be coming to GMX with the help of Dopex here. And this is obviously a bullish catalyst for both of these protocols. More usage of Dopex means more revenue to their stakers. And if more people start utilizing GMX, again, more revenue to those stakers. And overall, just a good thing for the DeFi landscape. So very interesting to see what has been going on in the background here with some of these top performing protocols. Then we have Manifold Finance. It was $100 yesterday, quite illiquid in general, but $100 now down to around $70 here, a bit of a retrace. Market cap is $100 million. And you may have heard of this, you may have not have heard of this. So let's go into what Manifold does. So Manifold is all about MEV, miner extractable value, and protecting users from being like sandwiched attacked and essentially not being front run by bots and making your trade price go up. So some of the ways they do this are through these integrations they have with their MEV bots for SushiSwap and also Olympus DAO. They also have their own secure RPC node as well that routes all transactions through that, and they obviously can then do things in the background, some technical stuff to ensure that you're not sandwiched, etc. And for ETH2 validators, they've got a new upgraded staking protocol, allowing the ETH2 validators a direct source of MEV profits. Now these guys are going to be block builders, so in the proof of stake era. We have, like end users, then the block validators and the block creators. So as the thread details here, Manifold Finance, they are the block builders in this relationship. And in short, they want to be the go-to for the validators. And for a validator to choose Manifold, they need to be providing a high value block consistently. So how do they do this? Well, they have their own private RPC called the Secure RPC, which SushiSwap is currently integrated with, and more are pending here. So every single trade that happens on SushiSwap, it passes through Manifold's RPC, and so MEV savings and revenues get distributed back 50-50 between Sushi stakers and Fold stakers. So the Fold token can be staked here. Currently monthly revenue between 450,000 and 1.8 million alone, which is coming out around 10 to 45 cents per staked Fold token. So these numbers speak for themselves. The MEV market is currently worth 700 million per annum, or $100,000 to $300,000 per day. Manifold Finance is not the only participant in this, but it is proving itself to be one of the leaders in the market, with some more products coming in the not too distant future. They've recently also partnered with two of the biggest market makers, saving one of them $150 million per year. That is quite a lot of money, obviously, and those two are Alameda and Wintermute, some of the biggest market makers out there. Both Balancer and Layer 0 are next in line to actually have an integration with Manifold, and so more revenue could be on the way. Manifold acts as the middleman between validators and users by consolidating all transactions in the most optimal way in a block that yields the highest ROI for all stakeholders. And as he bullishly signs off here the Babylonians account, imagine being the central port of the world economy, ETH, with all the transaction flowing to and through you, which is Manifold Finance. So one of the reasons I'm bullish on this now at the moment is due to the fact Kobe's public wallet here, maniac.eth, had been scooping up quite a lot of Manifold Finance, and he hasn't sold any with the recent merge. It wasn't just a merge trade for him, clearly. He staked 10,000 Manifold Finance, currently around $700,000 worth, and also has around 10,000 liquid in this address down here. So almost $1.5 million worth of Fold in his public wallet. And as he is a Lido gigabrain and someone involved deeply in that kind of space with liquid staking for ETH and this proof of stake world that we're now living in for Ethereum, clearly if he's putting some money on the line for this, Manifold Finance must have some serious legs in the game here. So there we have it, my update on Manifold Finance, GMX, the Dopex partnership, and a bit of ETH there. Let me know what you thought of this one down below. Did you enjoy the format of today's video? And if you did, subscribe please, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.